The snack bar is still open. He's saying we got a long day ahead of us. That was a great time to do it. Nachos, chips, sodas, pizza. I don't think they have any of that. It's still very good.
Good job, girls.
Good evening, Bonita Vista Baron families and parents and also students. It's Dylan Hash,
I'm Luciano.
and welcome to the Girls Flag Football Lady Barons live stream, the second of this year, and I'm so excited to be doing it with you, Luciano, new commentator
Yes,
here on the
yes.
live stream.
Yes.
Super excited, and are you excited? Tell me about yourself. Tell me
Yeah,
a
man.
little
I
about
mean,
that.
I'm, such a privilege to be here, a part of BBTV. Really excited for this game. Our team's on fire right now, and I'm really looking to see how they can keep it up.
And fire start that is. We're at 5-0 right now, an undefeated season, and I think we want to stay on that track this year and hopefully go undefeated all the way.
Absolutely.
If I stand corrected, I believe we did win, if that might be CIF last year, and we did a really good position the year before that. So
Mhm.
hopefully we could replicate and do. I think they were talking about it on the podcast we recorded earlier,
Yes,
but
yes.
a three-peat is what we're looking for.
Yes.
So today we're going to be facing off against San Marcos. Formidable foe. They're actually 4-0 right now on kind of the same hot streak that Bonita Vista's on. So going to be a really entertaining matchup. And as you can see, folks, getting the bird's eye shot on the field, we have our coach of the team talking to the players.
We'll see whose record gives in today.
Right, that's always a fun matchup when teams face off against each other undefeated, and it's usually in the NFL when you're looking at it. It's
Yeah.
those top tier teams like the Chiefs and stuff, but this is really a important, crucial game for both of these teams. Right now, one of the coaches throwing passes, but usually who you see throwing passes is Mia Ramirez. She's been playing great this year. She's got 113% completion, or not completion rate, quarterback rate, and that's something you see of like Josh Allen in the NFL.
Yeah,
It's-
I was seeing that, while prepping for this, I was seeing that on this Max Preps, and yeah, seeing these numbers, that 113 QB rating, just the amount of yards she's getting. I was there last time when they played the school from LA, Downey.
Right.
She put up a great performance, so it's been really fun to watch.
And that matchup was such a good one. It was a defensive battle, really, but some offense got loose up in there too. I think the score ended up being 18-2, with Downey taking the loss. They came all the way from LA, so felt really good to be able to beat a team of that caliber. It's a really good matchup. Before the game starts, it's always important to get your pep talks in and make sure you have enough water, you got all your equipment. And there she is, Mia Ramirez, throwing the passes now. Drop. Something my Coach D, used to always teach me. He was saying you got to have your three-step drop. Footwork. It's always one of the most important factors when it comes to basic football. I mean, on the field, you don't ever want to get injured. Footwork plays a really good power in that.
Yep. No, it's just right there.
A little weather report. It was raining today, and possibly the field might be a little wet, but hopefully they got that all dried up. Might be a little bit of a factor playing into this game, but the Lady Barons will pursue, as they always have. I mean, through all these 5 games that they've played, and they've traveled around. I think they have 1 game in the neutral category, and that brings up playing at, I think a tournament. So there ended up being a tournament there must have been for flag football, and that's not something that comes out of regular football, so it's pretty cool having flag football as an opportunity for these students at the school. And of course, being an athlete means you have to be a student first. It's in the name, student athlete, so grades always number 1, and it's what allows these students to play. First progress report coming up soon, guys.
Yep.
But the live stream on Friday, did you go to the football game against Eastlake?
Yeah,
That one was good.
Fun times for sure. Maybe the score had something else in mind, but no, the game was definitely a good time, and school really showed out as well.
We may have taken a loss, but how I view it is get those tough losses out the way in the beginning of the season and work out those kinks, and you'll be solid as the year goes on. We play Chula Vista tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be commentating that with Isai.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Football is always the sport I've loved to watch. And to be honest, watching football, even playing a bit of Madden, imagining yourself commentating in your head, but no, actually being here with studio equipment and just talking into this mic right now is really awesome.
I agree. I mean, literally my favorite thing about Madden would be the commentating.
Yeah.
I would never have my TV volume off. I'd have to always have it on because I want to hear the commentating.
For sure.
It always brings a lot more into the game.
Yep.
And speaking of football, we are both Raider fans.
Yes.
Raider Nation.
Let's
go.
Up, yes.
We got Geno Smith coming in at quarterback for them. Hopefully we do good this year.
I'm excited to see how Ashton Jeanty does.
Do you see the preseason clip of him trucking a San Francisco 49er?
Yeah, I lived some time in Idaho, so that was Boise State, where Ashton Jeanty played in college, and I was still talking to people from Idaho, and they were very excited about Ashton Jeanty and excited now that he's showing out in the NFL and representing Boise State now.
That's super cool. That makes the player kind of feel a little bit more closer to you.
Yes.
That's how I felt about Derek Carr. He went to Fresno State.
I
always followed him.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude. Maybe one day Mia Ramirez can get to the caliber of a Derek Carr-esque player.
Yeah.
Right now, she's playing phenomenally. Almost hitting already in even 5 games, 900 yards passing. And that isn't just all up to her. You have Wilson, the sophomore, coming in and getting a lot of carries. So you could do pitches there. But also the wide receivers, of course. Got number 8 coming in. And Layla with the catch there during the warm-ups. Another formidable opponent when it comes to San Marcos, someone they're going to be having to stop offensively and defensively. The really cool thing about flag football to me is in normal football, the players don't usually get to play offense and defense because there's so many people. But in flag, most of these players are playing dual positions. They'll play quarterback and corner, or wide receiver and safety.
No, yeah, when I was looking at this roster here, I saw, these positions, and it said, wide receiver and cornerback.
Right.
My first thought was Travis Hunter. But no, yeah, it definitely adds another aspect to the game of, you can be good on the offensive side, but you got to show up defensively. So excited to see how that plays out too.
And honestly, in my eyes, it kind of adds more value to you if you're really, really good at the sport and you want to do it in college. Having 2 positions under your belt is a really, really good experience. I'm not going to lie. Had a lot of live streams going on recently, and
no doubt, yeah.
There's going to be a lot more. I'm very, very excited.
Yep. Just the beginning.
And hopefully throughout the entire live streams that we have, the Lady Barons remain undefeated.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's keep it going.
That's really the goal here. And you know what they say, defense wins championships, and I think this really starts with the defense. You know, in the game that they had against Downey, 18-2 final score, you know, the only score that they ended up having was the safety. You kind of got to do that again. You need to replicate that. And you look at the star player from that game, it's Ella Gomez with about 5 sacks coming in. So you want to do that again, sort of replicate that in this one. I think you'll have a really, really good matchup. And here you can see our Lady Barons walking to the sideline. And shortly our captains, I believe, are going to be going out to the 50-yard line and talking to our referees.
Yeah, like you said, Ella Gomez, you know, putting up Max Crosby-like numbers.
Exactly. Speaking of Max Crosby, I'm excited for it. When does the NFL first weekend start officially?
It'll be this next weekend.
This next, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. You know, it's the best time of year when fall seasonal drinks come back at Starbucks and football season starts again. You know? It's just a beautiful sight to see. And you can hear the chanting. I'm not sure if that's coming from our Dog Pound or our Lady Barons themselves, but if it's coming from our Lady Barons, they are louder than Dog Pound if they are there right now. And like I said, the captain's walking out to the field now. And they consist of Layla Schoen, Sophia Garay, Ella Gomez, and one girl has her hair over her number, but if I could point it out. We've got a great match on our hands. The Lady Barons facing off against San Marcos. In the coin flip occurring right away. The San Marcos Lady Knights facing off against these Lady Barons, and hands being shooken. And the offense is coming out. Looks like the Barons are going to receive this challenge. And we're off to the races, folks.
Let's give it up for the Barons. Yeah!
Crowd getting loud. Not our Dog Pound, but our parents. We support you, or we're not we support, but we do support them.
We do, absolutely.
But we appreciate the support always. You're watching BVTV on our Instagram, YouTube, and Wix site. Catch us on our Instagram, BVHS TV. For reels, updates on our broadcast, podcasts, and more. And now I'm just really, really intrigued about the offensive game plan here, Luciano. What do you think the move is coming in on the first drive?
No doubt. I mean, you've got, you know, Mia Ramirez. She can throw. So, yeah, I think it's just a matter of really who wants it more when you're running those routes. It's easy to get beat, and it's easy to get tired. So, when you're running those routes, I think we can maybe even see some deep balls here. I wouldn't totally be surprised to see that.
That's something I'd like to see as well. And offensively, it's a read option on the first play, and it's going to be a dead ball. That was a good start, a smart start actually. That play was designed, but not fully executed, and we're underway with 12-minute quarters going down the clock. Second down now. Ball on the 27. Got a split formation. We got two wide receivers on each side of the field. No motions. Ball snap, shotgun. looking right and getting under duress, scrambling now past the 30-yard line and met at the 35. Just about. It's going to lead us to a Lady Barons first down, I believe. Moving those chains is really, really important, especially in the first drive. You kind of want to set the tone. And on the 37 now.
No doubt, when you set the tone, it's definitely a mental thing. It's showing that, hey, we came here to play. We're not off to a slow start. We're off to a hot start. So let's see if we can keep that up.
Ball snapped, and it's going to be a reverse. Number 4, Layla Showen. She has the gap and trucks someone going down.
See a flag on the field.
And just off that play alone, you could tell that she's ready to dominate the game and that she's a talented player. Moving the ball very, very quickly. I'm liking this game plan that coach has drawn up, I'm going to be honest. And the crowd clapping. Glad that that player got up there. There seemed to be a penalty there, right?
Yeah,
But
I thought I saw
it just looks like the Lady Barons can move forward. It might have been on the San Marcos Knights. Trips left now. We got one wide receiver next to the center on the right side. No running backs. Mira Ramirez snapped. And a quick throw and dropped. Really quick hitch route there. Saw the vision right as she turned. Ball was going at her. Just couldn't reel that one in. Just a minute gone in this first quarter, and we're already seeing Bonita Vista designate themselves as one of the most top offenses definitely in the league, or this league of Metro, I believe, right?
Yes.
Metro.
Let's go all the way!
So now we got an even formation, even set. Motion by Layla Showen. And some trickery, even the camera got tricked there. Going down the right side of the field, and she will not be stopped, is what I would say, but she is at the 30-yard line. Or 20, I don't know, 30.
First down.
Yeah, definitely pushing the ball here. I mean, not even that long ago we were starting off the drive, and now we're already in enemy territory.
You know, great movement. They're doing it with sass and swagger. We're going to see what they do now. And, you know, even you could get a handoff in here right down the middle, and I think that would even be a good play call.
Let's get some touchdown.
Even set, and what did I say? Good call, but number 15 read it and met her in her tracks. It's going to be second down for the Lady Barons.
8 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Second and 24.
Let's take a quick look at the Lady Barons schedule. They started off with Imperial, beat them by 33. Went to Hilltop, said what's up. Hill not, 48-6. And just quickly looking at the motion. Mira Ramirez, and she's evading. Throw on the run, and it's caught. Beautiful pass, and what a connection on that play. Just driving closer and closer to that end zone. We got about a few more yards.
Brings a 30 goal from the 5-yard line.
You know, what do you think they should call here, Luciano? What do you think about that?
Well, from what I was seeing earlier, you know, those read options, those, you know, short routes, and I don't hate you know, maybe a screen pass and just getting some, you know, a block or two and, you know, running it down into the end zone. Because I can see that happening. I always love those plays where, you know, might seem like a short pass, but ends up going a bit longer than you expect.
A lot of options here, and it's caught. That's going to be a Lady Baron touchdown.
There we go.
Starting things off hot, and we've got the spark. That's 6 points on the scoreboard right now.
Making a statement.
That was a statement drive. Only one incompletion. There really was no loss of yardage there other than that one run play. But that seems to be a Lady Baron touchdown, and now they're going to be going for the extra point or for two. We'll see. And Mia's just going to run with it. Good play call. And they say no good. Didn't cross the line in time. Super successful drive by the Lady Barons, a statement drive as we've said before. You know, it's all about how San Marcos is going to be able to respond to this one.
No, yeah, for sure. I think after responding after that statement, if I'm San Marcos, I would definitely want to, you know, go tit for tat. Don't want to go
Exactly.
unanswered. And I think when you go unanswered, that sets the tone for the rest of the game.
You know, this one could either turn into a really competitive matchup or be a blowout. Let's see right here. It all happens on
Come on,
BBTV.
defense!
Ball snapped, not sniped.
Get it!
Running and evading traffic,
Yeah!
and it's not hauled down. Ball dribbled off her kneecap there. And it's going to be a Lady Knight. Second down. A quick substitution.
Is it? They're saying Bartolo.
And number 13, the quarterback for the Lady Knights. And in a little bit of an odd formation, I'm not even going to lie. It looks like a punt on second down, but
We'll see here.
quarterback snaps it.
Get
She's
it!
trying to run it, throws it to 14 down the left side. And a few yards there. One thing noticed about flag football, Lady Barons flag football this year, and I think it might have been last year, but the new rule changes
Yes.
really make the game more physical. They allow punts now, and there's blockers. So Ella Gomez has some people to get through before she can get her sacks. 14 out of the game now.
Let's go, defense!
So more of that bunch formation.
Get it!
Running to the right. A comeback route, and it's open. She's going to grab it and evade a few Lady Barons there. The Knights trying to get their groove on. And they're getting their move on, moving the chains here. It's a Lady Baron, not Lady Baron, a Lady Knight first down. I'd love for it to be a Lady Baron first down. Or they might not have got it. They might be a few, like literally a yard short. So after the huddle,
Go, defense!
here they come. Got two wide receivers on the right side of the field.
Get
Three-step
it!
drop,
Get
rolling
it!
right.
Get it! Yeah!
And it's Ella Gomez who eventually gets the sack. And you know that was coming. The quarterback probably has been scared of her all week, having nightmares of Ella Gomez. Here she comes with the sack, the first one of her game, and I'm sure she's going to have more continuing on.
First of many.
First of many, you're right.
Brings up third down.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes a move.
football has always been a physical game. I think flag football, you know, less physicality. But those rule changes, I think it's a proof of like who wants it more. And obviously, you're not going to injure yourself, but it's
Right.
also like, yeah, sometimes you may be putting your body out there, you know, making the winning plays. So.
Same formation, just flip-flop. Here comes the quarterback now. Motion now. Two blockers. You know, that's crazy. You got to put two people on Ella Gomez, and she doesn't even care. That's 2 sacks in a row, 2 sacks consecutively. And another impressive play by the Lady Barons. You know, she just takes over games like that.
Absolutely, she's unstoppable, man. A force of nature.
You know, she's trying to go for like, I don't even know how many sacks she's going to have this year. She's trying to go for like 100. And the punt now, it looked more like a squib kick. And the offense is now going to waltz out onto the field, hoping to
Let's go!
make a similar drive to the one they had before where they went and got the touchdown. Didn't get the extra point, but that's all right. And just beautiful, beautiful field position for these Lady Barons.
Well, Dylan, like I was saying earlier, you know, you want to make a statement with that first drive, and so far it's our Lady Barons who have been making the statement offensively and defensively, and let's see if we can add on to that momentum.
Referee's blowing the whistle for some reason. And you know, I guess they're just doing a flag check. Now the offense is ready to go. They got 2 running backs in the backfield on each side of Mia. Oh, my apologies, one on the right. Layla showing now, looking like a speeding bullet. Gets a few yards. Second down for the Lady Barons. And just 1 or 2 more yards to go. Now might be the good time to kind of open it up, right? Luciano, throw a deep ball.
Well, you know, Mia Ramirez, she's got an arm.
Go, let's go!
Shotgun formation once again. You never really see under the center. Number 3 in motion. In the defense now, you know, it's a little bit of an odd formation. I'm looking at it. It looks kind of like a square. You know, when you look at the plays, they're kind of going upfield in the middle.
Byron! Go!
Ball snapped. Under duress, and it looks like they finally got to Mia. That's a sack. And hopefully it doesn't reoccur. That's going to lead to an actual Lady Barons 4th down and the first punt of their game. Trading punts, and San Marcos is going to get another chance at it. The Lady Knights.
Well, let's see how this punt goes. You know, special teams is an important factor of the game.
And a really solid punt there compared to the one we saw last time. But the Knights going down the right side of the field. And they're starting at about the 20-yard line for them. The 30 for the field. A little recap. The last time the Lady Barons defense was on the field, there was 2 sacks resulting into a punt. Hopefully we could have something similar of that here.
Yeah, I mean, that defense is definitely confident after that first drive. Looking to carry that over.
Get out!
Almost intercepted, but swatted away with one hand. Quarterback had a little bit of time there. Second down for the Lady Knights. As we're nearing the 2-minute warning, I don't even think that exists, but a 2-minute warning for everyone about the first quarter coming to a close. Motion now. Got 2 wide receivers on the right. Quarterback snapped. Running. Pass thrown. Past the first down. And juking some defenders as she gets past the first down marker, and it's going to be first. Or not, apparently. Third down. That looked like a solid run. You know, I thought 10 yards were getting.
Seemed to me, but still on third down. Let's see if we can.
2 more yards to go. Here, the Lady Barons could really have a good defensive stop.
Defense! Defense!
Touchdown, very appropriate.
Defense!
Ella trying to get through him, and she does. And like I said, able to dominate and shut down games. She gets it there with her 3rd sack of the game already. And we're not even done with the first quarter. This is some crazy numbers being put up right now. You know, I'm hoping for a record to be broken by the end of the season.
No doubt. I mean, when I look at the defense walking off the field, I see confidence, man. I see a defense that feels like this is their game for the taking.
That's it! Running all the way!
Now, right now, I'm assuming a punt. It looks like a punt. But they're going to leave it to the end of the first quarter. Sorry if our clock's off, but that's the end of the first. And Right now, I think it's been a success for the Lady Barons. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, 6-0, that's a
Yes.
success. You look at the game flow, being able to score on the first drive and then having a punt, still really, really good. And we're about to get another offensive chance to score. What do you think the Lady Barons have done so far, and what could they do doing further more in this game?
Well, not only are they winning on the scoreboard, but I mean mentally.
Right.
No points, a big fat goose egg on the score is a big mental impact. And I think, they made that statement. And Ella looks confident, as always.
Correct.
I definitely want to see the offense with a bit more firepower. We want to build more of a cushion, more of a lead.
Of course.
But defense definitely showing up, so love to see it.
Defense wins championships. I love using that quote, and I'm going to use it continually until the day I die. Defense wins championships, and that's what coaches tell their players repeatedly. And, another thing about these flag football games is that their quarters, their breaks, are not very long. So already back at it, and the Lady Barons offense waltzing back out onto the field.
Seemed like a 30-second timeout.
Right? I was
Yeah.
like, what the heck? Was that a timeout? But I did hear the sirens. First down for the Lady Barons. Let's see what Mira Ramirez and the coach draws up. With 6 on the scoreboard already, you could play conservatively or you could play really highly. We could go with a, deep ball here. We could go with a reverse. We'll see. One running back in the backfield. She's on a motion. Ball snapped. And a quick throw. Layla showing. Getting through him. And her flag is pulled. She really is quick, like Tyreek Hill-esque quick.
Yes.
Ball thrown to the referee now. I remember playing football and I would throw it to the referee, and I played quarterback, so usually the throws would be good, but if I was trying to hurry up and go back to the huddle and I'd throw it over his head, he'd always look at me so pissed, all the referees.
Yeah.
And that's when you'd hope, I'd tell my coach, I threw the ball over his head, and he's like, we're going to get another penalty called on it. Ball snap now, Mira Ramirez in a hitch.
Pushing
And
the field.
I thought they missed her flag, but juking one person and the other person got it. It was a Lady Knight.
It's great to see this offense moving with confidence. I think every time you get a defensive stop, you got to capitalize on offense. It's an opportunity to build the lead, so love to see it.
Right. And here we go, the Lady Barons really asserting ourselves into this game. We really have the driver's wheel in this one. We have the direction.
Get a touchdown. Go.
Quarterback ready, and it's a run play. And the defense immediately corrals her. Sophia on the rush there. The quarterback communicating with the coach.
Communication is key.
Communication is key. Huddles broke. We got 2 wide receivers on the right, 2 on the left.
Go,
Doubles.
Barons!
Ball snapped in. It is a duck landing on the floor, ready to lay an egg. It's going to be a dead ball called, and 3rd down for the Lady Barons. A little bit of a punch in the gut there, losing the down. And a little bit of yardage, but it's all good. Hopefully we could get Mia Ramirez to throw sort of a post or slant route to get us in further range. You really got to get deep in your bag like you're trying to grab fries for this one. Deep in your playbook. More of a bunch formation at the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped, and you got blockers. Mia Ramirez has time. And what a throw. What a play call. Spin move. She beats him. And almost gets in the end zone. I believe the flag was pulled. It's going to be a touchdown, Lady Barons. And that's one for the highlight reels. Bonita's got 12 points under their belt so far, and hopefully they could get the extra point here to increase that further.
Always great to see a double-digit lead, in the first few drives.
quick and ready. That's what these Lady Barons are, and that's what you could see coming out the huddle. We got trips left. Mia Ramirez, no running backs behind her. Quick throw, and it's caught. That was a quick connection. That was a good throw on the slant route. Giving them the extra point, I believe. And now San Marcos Lady Knights coming out onto the field. You're looking at that scoreboard and you kind of get a headache. You know, 13-0 in the second quarter might be a little bit of a scary sight to see, but there's always that comeback kid player that wants to come in and try to take the game from them. So coming into home field advantage for Bonita, San Marcos is going to have to pull something deep out here. Ball snapped. Ella Gomez trying to get it. Almost does. 13 rolling out in the pocket and thrown over her head, almost like I throw over the heads of referees back in my day. But second down for the San Marcos Lady Knights.
Now, even though our Lady Barons have built this, nice cushion of a 13-point lead, you definitely don't want to let up. That's two touchdowns right there, and all of a sudden you've got a game. So this defense definitely has to stay on their heels.
And like you said, Luciano, building that cushion is a really, really crucial part of the game, game flow when it comes to that. So hopefully the Lady Barons can keep a hold of these Knights. And she does right there. Ella Gomez with her 4th sack of the game. And
Unstoppable.
we're in the second quarter, man. We're on pace for 10. Third down now, and this just must be demoralizing for the Lady Knights. I think every single drive Ella Gomez has got to them.
Insane. Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Wilt Chamberlain numbers. I'm just wondering if this is the punt here because, again, a really interesting formation. Throw now. It's a deep ball. Intercepted by the Lady Barons at the 40-yard line.
A bit of a return, too.
And a little bit of a return. It's Darian Wilson, the DB and the wide receiver for the Lady Barons, and she's only a sophomore getting her interception, and she fielded that like a punt. The throw wasn't too good, but she had to read it out the sky, and she did. Wilson with a great interception to bring the Barons back out offensively, and really the goal here is to increase your lead, get to 20 points, another touchdown.
Definitely don't let up, keep pushing.
Cannot let our feet off that gas pedal. We got trips left. No running backs. And Mia throwing to number 1. It's Wilson. Capitalizing off the interception and finishing it off with the touchdown. Back to back. That's the way to do it. And that's why Coach drew up that play. He was like, she just got the interception. Let's go for the touchdown. Darian Wilson, folks, with the INT-TD combination.
Got to find the hot hand.
Find the hot hand, you're right. And what a performance defensively. This is really, really intriguing. So a similar formation to the one before, but Mia's got a running back, and she's in motion going right. Ball snapped. And she's looking left. She's got time in the pocket. Throws it forward. And they get the extra point, and look who it is. I don't know. Let me guess. Wilson with the score, I believe. Or number 6. Let me get that correct. No, that's Mia. She just got the ball back.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a right back at you, San Marcos type of exchange there. 20 points for the Lady Barons and zip for San Marcos. Let's see what they do offensively. And, if I had to give them a little bit of a pep talk, I'd be like, hey, San Marcos Knights, you guys are down by 3 possessions now, 3 scores, but you can bring yourself right back into this one with safe plays and grit and determination. But what you're facing right now is Ella Gomez, who's got at least 1 or 2 sacks per drive. So you got to face that. And almost gets her again right there. She's kind of zigzagging through the defense and finally took him down. When you're playing the Lady Barons, it's kind of like you're playing Madden on all Madden difficulty. Just almost impossible to get a few yards.
Ella Gomez well, not to take away from her from what she's doing out there on the field, but I'm gonna go. Ella Gomez looks like she's playing on rookie difficulty.
Right? Everything just seems so easy for this defense, so easy for her. Motion now, getting a little bit closer to the center. Gomez reading it, getting through. Almost finding the quarterback and scrambling once again for a few yards. A replica of what we saw last down. It's going to be third for the San Marcos Knights.
Well, those third downs always have a little bit more pressure on them, so we'll see what we get out of this one.
Out on the field now with one lone wide receiver and everybody else bunched up. Motion, 32 now. Getting blitzed and almost intercepted. Double coverage there. I mean, literally everywhere you look, there's Lady Barons ready to take it. Really the best defensive performance I've seen in a while. Motion now. Ball snapped.
Get her! Get her! Get her!
Thrown and incomplete. Flag thrown. And that might be defensive pass interference on the Lady Barons. Layla showing frustration. Looking like the flag called on her. But you know, I don't take that away from her. That's good on her getting the flag and showing physicality on those routes. I mean, you were talking about it earlier. You don't want to get beat.
Yep.
And if she's playing corner or safety, she wants to stay on that ball. And I think that's a good play, even though it brings them forward. And Ella Gomez sack brings them back right where they were. And we might see that right now.
Feels like we could see it any play.
I mean, it's like deja vu every time it happens.
Yep.
And, you know, when I'm looking and comparing, really, these two defensive formations, it really looks like the Lady Barons have the edge on San Marcos. I mean, they look a lot more connected. They can't block Ella Gomez. Gets right through her and misses it, whiffs it. The throw, and it's caught. That's going to be a huge gain for the San Marcos Knights, giving them a first down. Really moving the chains, and I think that's the longest pass play that's occurred this game so far.
You can imagine that's definitely a morale boost for San Marcos, but got to get it back to, you know, switching the momentum back to Our Lady Baron side.
And at the end of the day, you kind of just look at the scoreboard and, you know, that play itself that just happened kind of summarizes San Marcos' play so far, at least how the game has turned out. Fumble on the snap, leading to a dead ball, as the rules are in flag football. Second down at what is the 30 for the Lady Barons on the field, as the field is a little shortened, but what is about the 40 for the regular field. Second down now. You got doubles on the right. You got one lone wide receiver on the left. Quarterback snapped. Blitzed by two. And rolling out. And is once again sacked. That's going to be Layla Showen on the blitz.
Well, I'm seeing that sun start to set, so let's see if that has an impact.
Not Friday night lights, but Thursday night lights. You're watching BVTV. You could catch us on our YouTube, Instagram, and Wix site. Instagram at BVHS TV. Always posting our broadcast podcasts and more.
Get it! Get it!
Under duress now, the quarterback rolling right, thrown. And that was a solid pass, but fallen incomplete. And that is a Lady Knight 4th down.
Well, it's been some interesting play calling on 4th down for San Marcos. You know, you had that Dan Campbell-esque Detroit Lions kind of call on a 4th down. So maybe, you know, you never know.
Right.
We'll see.
Dan Campbell, man, one of those great coaches.
Yes.
I think I was talking to my dad about it, but we were going through coaches that we wouldn't want to fight.
Yeah.
And I think Dan Campbell is like number 1 of like the coaches I would never want to fight.
Yeah, I would not want to catch him in an alley.
Or who's that Jets coach, Saleh?
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't want.
I think it's Robert Saleh. Yeah.
Robert Saleh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to catch him in his bald head. Jeez. Lady Barons huddling up now as the quarter is coming to a close. You know, halftime coming up shortly, and I'm sure those halftime breaks are not a long time too. Here comes the offense. Pretty spread out when it comes to formation. Compared to San Marcos's, at least, motion by the wide receiver. Seems to be a read option. Mia Ramirez sends it. And may have hit the ground, may have been a flag pull. I really like that play that they drew up there. They tried it on the first play of the game, actually. And I think it had a similar result, gaining a few yards. But, you know, if you read that right and you flip the ball to your left side to the other person at the right time, you could really lose everyone and have a play that goes all the way to the end zone. Copy-paste formation from last play. Ramirez snaps it. Rolling right, cutting back. And it looks like the second sack of the game for San Marcos. Bonita Vista, I think we're almost in double digits when it comes to sacks. So a sign of life from San Marcos. But, you know, I only say there's a real pulse when they get points on the board.
Yeah. San Marcos doing their best Ella Gomez impression.
And, you know, a little backed up in our own territory, but I think we could go all the way with the little time we have left on the clock, but we'll see. Motion now by Schoen. Ball snapped by Ramirez. She might scramble with it, but she throws. Caught. That's number 8.
I've always found it fun, you know, end of halftime play calling, because it's about to be the half. So
Right.
I think you can look deep in your bag and try out some plays that you may not use all the time. And don't want to be too foolish. Don't want to have a slip up right before the half. But always fun to watch right before half.
You know, you always see how good a coach actually is
Yes.
based on their last few minute in the second quarter play calls.
Yep.
You know, that last 2-minute drill-esque drive. You know, you figure out if you're too deep in field position where you want to go in, you know, NFL terms and get a field goal or a touchdown. That's always the decision, but no field goals in flag football. And looks like we're at halftime, guys. So we've seen a really, really good game so far. I think the Bonita Vista Lady Barons have been so-called dominating, and I might be wrong. Not halftime. Sorry, guys.
Almost there.
The punt before halftime on 4th down.
Go, get her! Get her! Yeah!
Trying to light him up there. Lady Barons going back on defense. We got a few more minutes or seconds in this quarter. You know, and this is really their last chance. I would say a really good chance to get points on the board before halftime. Give them a little momentum.
Little capitalization or exclamation mark.
Exclamation
There, at
mark,
the end.
Correct. And you already know, no running backs needed in that backfield. I think everyone's just running go routes here. Ball snapped. She's got time. Not too much, though. Rolling. And she's just going to scramble maybe not the best call. And now, San Marcos with a little room to run. It's going to be first down, and, you know, they just keep on walking, man. I really don't know where it is, but she went far. To about the 25-yard line. So literally the same formation as before, and, you know, it's a no huddle, so I would assume that. Oh, here she comes with the play. Blitzed. The throw, and it's intercepted. This could be a pick six play. And it isn't. So close, but what a way to shut it down.
Like I said,
defensively.
that exclamation mark. I mean, even though that interception won't carry over to the second half, it's still just kind of a sign of dominance.
Sign of dominance.
Right at the end of the half there.
And, you know, every single time that I think San Marcos is going to, you know, see the light a little bit and, you know, find a way, they really just don't. You know, it's always either Ella Gomez or an interception, you know, INT or a TD. That's really what we've seen so far.
And that's good in our Lady Barons because, you know, comebacks happen. So you definitely want to shut it down, you know, cut off the lifeline and just keep it where it's at, keep that cushion where it's at.
And you know that Super Bowl, man, with that Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots.
Yes.
Comebacks always can happen. I mean, especially with Tom Brady back there. But I would not say that San Marcos quarterback is Tom Brady. I'd say Mia Ramirez is more of Tom Brady caliber.
Tom Brady-esque.
I mean, she's putting up Tom Brady numbers,
Absolutely.
man. 113 quarterback rating. She's almost at 900 yards. And that's going to be it. It's going to be halftime, folks. So we're going to be going to a quick break. But right now we've just had a lot of fun in the live stream.
It's been a fun game.
Had a really, really good one. We've seen the lights of Mia Ramirez and Ella Gomez playing really, really well. So it's been Dylan Hash.
I'm Luciano.
And we're going to be temporarily signing off.
Hi guys, I'm JoJo. I'm the BVTV main producer, and we're going to show you how we create an attractive multimedia production.
The BVTV creates.
If you are a student looking to shape your future in the exciting world of arts, media, and entertainment, look no further. Among all industry sectors, arts, media, and entertainment stands out, providing a wide range of career prospects, including design professionals to stage performers. The AME pathways go far beyond honing a craft. They cultivate teamwork, communication, and creative thinking abilities that are indispensable in most of today's workplaces.
At Sweetwater Union High School District, our commitment is to offer students exceptional work-based learning opportunities that prepare them for both higher education and careers in this ever-evolving industry. Our AME programs comprise of a diverse array of pathways, including design, visual, and media arts, with courses in photography, film, game design, and digital media.
We also provide performing arts pathways for students to explore theater and dance, as well as production and managerial pathways, which cover technical theater and music engineering. These programs are designed to equip students with the tools they need to excel in most of today's workplaces.
The AME pathways serve as your portal to a future full of creativity and innovation. Whether your dreams involve stage, screen, or any media-related career, Sweetwater Union High School District CTE programs can transform those dreams into reality.
Reach out to us today and begin an exciting journey filled with opportunities in the world of arts, media, and entertainment. If you would like more information regarding the pathways offered at your school, ask your counselor or visit our website, ccr.sweetwaterschools.org/CTE.
check. Mic check. Mic check. All right, let's give a round of applause to the Lady Barons as they come back for the second half.
If you are a student looking to shape your
And we're back on BBTV from a very dominant first half. I loved what I saw out of that game. Dylan, what do you think?
Honestly, we've just seen utter dominance coming from the Lady Barons so far. Ella Gomez, a star player who's really showed out in this game right now. Coming up with like 3 or 4 sacks in the first 2 quarters is just utter domination. I think she's been playing really, really well. Another player who's been playing really, really well, Mia Ramirez. Most of her passes has been completely on point. Most of her passes has been, honestly, in the end zone. We've seen a lot of scoring coming from the Lady Barons, 20 points so far. And honestly, the #1 goal is to just increase that. What do you think, Luciano?
Yeah, like you said, increase it. You know, keep your foot on the pedal. It's also a mental game, so you gotta keep it up. You don't let up. You know, you don't want to have a 28-3 situation.
Oh, yes, exactly.
So, I love what we see, and as long as we can keep it up, and keep this blowout going, our Lady Barons are rolling.
Let's keep the train rolling, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be a really, really good game coming up.
Yes, and I wonder if either of these sides will have a different game plan. You got San Marcos, maybe they'll throw a bit more deep balls.
Right.
Not gonna, obviously you don't want to play as conservatively, and then our own Lady Barons might be running the ball more here. You might be trying to chew that clock a little more. So we'll see what happens there.
We will see what happens there. You're right, and it's kind of more of a desperation second half for San Marcos. They really want to throw those deep balls, really want to get into it there.
Ball snapped. Short pass. Onto the side, and flag is pulled.
And a good short gain there. Now 3rd down for the Lady Barons.
See San Marcos in their huddle. Let's see what they've got drawn up. Lining up.
And that is not Isai Alvarez. That is Luciano and Dylan Hash.
Ball is snapped. See what they do here. Deep ball. Jump ball. It is incomplete. Looked like a bit of a physical result there, but Lady Barons forced the incompletion.
And one thing I've really noticed about the Lady Barons so far is that they are a physical team. I saw the defensive pass interference call, and that came all from Layla Show and wanting to be a physical player. And you said it earlier in the live stream, Luciano. If you want it, you'll get it. And that's the type of game this is, and that's the type of game this has become, honestly, because of the rule changes making the game more physical too. And that right there being a part of the rule change, the punt, Lady Barons now with it.
On the side of the field. Solid on the return. No, yeah, like you said, physicality. A really specific thing that comes to mind is Kyle Lowry in the 2019 Toronto Raptors. Laying his body on the line. I mean, in that finals, you see that Game 5, Game 6, game-clinching moments, and drawing those charges, not afraid to put your body out. And Mark Jackson, one of my favorite commentators, I remember he was pointing that out. So just an example, great example of physicality on the court, on the field, any sport.
And those players, man, they're always great when they are willing to put their body on the line and put at least something on the line. I remember Kobe Bryant when he was playing the All-Star game, and at the start he wanted to run through, I'm not sure who it was, but it was one of his teammates. He wanted to run right through him at the start of the game, and they were like, "You're not going to do that. It's one of your teammates,
Yeah.
and he ended up doing that. I don't think it was an all-star. It was an Olympic matchup. But
Yeah.
that just shows, the Mamba mentality
The
of
grit,
Kobe.
yes.
And, these players on the field right now got to have some sort of Mamba mentality the way that they're playing. 20 zip.
Mm-hmm. And you'd love to add on to that score and make this even more of a eye-popping blowout when you look at it on the record sheet. So we'll see what happens here. Motion, ball is snapped. Jet sweep to the right, gaining some yards. Flag is pulled at what looks to be about 25? 25 in the game, but looks like 30 on the actual field.
And Layla's showing her commitment to excellence there with the yardage. And it seems like every single time she gets the ball, it's either when she's playing defense and gets an interception, or it's her just getting about 8 or 10 yards on the play. And it's third down with 1 yard to go. Honestly, when I'm thinking about game plan, the correct move is to just run the ball down the middle.
Keep that clock going.
And keep that clock going, but if you're coach and you got trips left, you might want to throw it deep and then go for it on fourth, but depends.
Here Ramirez looking, and it's complete.
And that was the play to go with there, honestly, the short drag route.
Yep.
And that gives them a first down. I think, no, they're still showing fourth.
Wow.
Or they got to change that, I'd hope.
Surely that's a mistake.
Surely, right? Or I don't know. It seems like we got an inch to go for the Lady Barons, and they are going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Even though you're up, you're still showing, hey, we're still playing like this is a 0-0 game. Showing that mentality, that grit.
And I guess that's the mentality that they really want to have here.
Yep.
Throughout every single game. When I look at past games, too, when they played Imperial in the first game of the season, they didn't want to stop. They put up 33 and they continued. And most of these games you look at, and their 5-0 record. And what's going to most likely, unless, I don't want to jinx it, but like we said, that New England Patriot, Atlanta Falcon-esque comeback, it's going to look like a 6-0 category for the Lady Barons, starting off hot as ever. One of the most excellent programs when it comes to sports in our school, and it has been consecutively for the past couple years ever since it's been introduced. And now first down for San Marcos.
See what happens here. San Marcos looking to push the ball. Wonder if you'll see more of those deep balls, but short handoff and it's incomplete. Man, that's gotta hurt. That feels like a play you kind of run in practice. Try to something you could try to perfect in practice, and not showing out in the game, especially when down 20. Definitely that mental impact.
You're right. I was about to bring that up. That seemed like a super, super simple connection, something that your coach would kind of hand you in practice, throw a little bit of a lob, but nowhere to go for these San Marcos Lady Knights.
Lady Knights going to try and go in again.
Interesting formation again. Ella Gomez trying to get to him.
It's complete, but not for much. Our defense was on that quickly. Looks like it'll bring up third down.
And for your team morally, you kind of want to put points on the board, even if you're not going to win the game. And right now, that's not even their mindset. 20 isn't even that much of a setback. But if San Marcos puts points on the board, I wouldn't be surprised if Bonita answered back quickly. Gomez trying to get in, and the ball is thrown.
Wow. Another physical bout there on the throw.
Leading to an incompletion and fourth down. I call that one a 3-and-out. It's going to be a punt now on fourth.
Punt coming up.
And the kick is away.
On the return, let's see how this goes.
A solid field and giving the Barons some solid field position. So here comes Mia Ramirez and the Lady Barons, and you know, it's always nice as a quarterback to not be under duress, not be under stress, and not be under pressure. Mia Ramirez right now with that 20-point cushion is definitely not feeling the heat, and that honestly provides better gameplay from the quarterback. But you know what they say, pressure makes diamonds, and even in high scenarios, high tense scenarios, Mia Ramirez seems to show out. But right now it's more of the bread and butter. Let's just cut the clock down like a tree and continue forward. And that play that they've been trying to perfect all game, you know, it seems like they've been practicing it all week and trying to put it in the playbook as a staple play.
And I think that just shows something about the game plan. Like you said, that's a play that they've been trying to perfect. So now that they're pulling out the plays that, you know, you're trying to perfect, you're up 20, you're a bit more comfortable. So it's a bit more flexible with the play calling.
You know, the way the coach probably sees this is it's a scrimmage. You know, this is a scrimmage now. And, you know, you never want to undermine it like that. But at least the play calling is thought about towards a scrimmage. But 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's definitely not over till it's over, folks. This is BVTV. You're watching Lady Barons against San Marcos Lady Knights as the ball is snapped. And
looking. And they're going to call it.
Showing on the reception. And, you know, when I think about receptions, I think of the Immaculate Reception. You know, that was sort of a miracle, and that's a miracle the Lady Knights definitely need right now. Oh, that play, the Immaculate Reception.
Yeah.
You know, that's like Raider Nation PTSD.
Yeah.
4 minutes on the clock in the third. On third down with the ball on the 33. A lot of threes.
Maybe it's a sign.
Maybe it is a sign. We'll see on this play. In a solid throw, but out of bounds. And, you know, that one's going to lead a fourth down, and the punt team might be coming out. It's definitely been a show out by these Lady Barons. You know, let's do a fake punt. You think fake punts are a thing?
I wouldn't hate it.
Solid kick. And some deja vu for San Marcos. You know, still looking at that scoreboard's got to be a sore eye to you. 0 points. You know, you just got to think of ways to really get back into this game, and that starts with a really high-powered offense. Honestly, I think it starts with even going no huddle. You got to catch this defense off their feet because they're playing phenomenally right now. So you got to play it on the go, on the huddle. Really try to find anything you could do in this situation. Kind of digging themselves a hole here.
Get up!
Yes, there it is, caught. That's getting it to the other side of the field is number 32. The San Marcos Lady Knights. And yeah, I mean, even though our Lady Barons have this cushion, now that I think about it, it has been, you know, there's been no scores this half at least. So, yes, we have the cushion, but there's still, I think now we're returning to that kind of baseline a bit, I guess, when it comes to straight up momentum. So, definitely want to keep it pushing for the Lady Barons. And wow, physical play there. And some good sportsmanship.
That really does show both sides of Ella Gomez. She's sweet, caring person in the BVTV room, but, you know, she can go out there and lay someone out, showing the sportsmanship. Wow, it was, the camera was zoomed in and everything. That's going to be a tough edit. Tough highlight. About 2 minutes as the clock goes down left in this third quarter. And then we've got one more quarter to play.
I mean, this kind of makes me think of the Downey game. I mean, I'm pretty sure Downey had a goose egg on the scoreboard for some time. I think they had a safety. Really, was their only score.
Yeah, they never scored offensively,
Yeah.
and that's kind of a Lady Baron tradition, it seems.
Yep.
Trying to keep the goose eggs on the scoreboard, the zeros on the scoreboard. And Gomez almost gets to him. Is that a catch?
I think so. Ball moving a bit closer to the end zone here. Let's see if the Lady Knights get their first score of the game.
Ball snapped.
Quarterback looking. Pass caught. Getting a bit more yardage there.
And was that a no-huddle offense I saw? Or did they huddle up real quick? Moving quickly now. The throw.
And still pushing it. And the Lady Knights looking like... And yes, it's going to be a touchdown. So, getting their first offense of the game, really. With 56 seconds and change left in the third quarter.
And I hope I didn't really jinx it there by talking about Lady Baron traditions and how we always hold them to 0 points. But, hey, San Marcos getting on the board here, a sign of life, really, and a really little bit of a hit to the Lady Barons. But their defense has been really phenomenal all game. This was just a long play that developed really nicely for San Marcos.
And they'll get the extra point as well, it seems. That'll be a full 7 for San Marcos.
Trying to get back into this one. And that's the first step. You can't walk until you take your first baby steps in life. And these are the baby steps for San Marcos, getting to 7 points now.
Yeah, I mean, San Marcos is a stop and a score away from making this a one-possession game. Never want to let up if you're Lady Barons here.
And as of recent, the Lady Baron offense kind of coming to a standstill. I think we've seen back-to-back punts coming from this team. So hopefully we flip-flop that.
Ball is motion comes. Ball is snapped. Mir is looking. Short handoff, and it's a bit short, incomplete.
Just a little short on that pass.
Looks like Coach rubbing his hands on his head. Maybe a bit of confusion or maybe even frustration. It's easy to get in your own head in any sport, really. So I think as long as our Lady Barons kind of stick together, like we said, communication is key. We'll see what happens here. 30 seconds and counting down in the third quarter.
Not really a rush like a second quarter coming to a close, but still.
Looks like a deep ball.
Really deep ball.
Wow.
And is that held in? No, incomplete. Would have been a great play for Bonita Vista, but we're looking at a third down now.
It looked like a tumble of bodies on that throw there.
Right. And this is going to lead us to the end of the quarter, I believe.
Yep.
And Luciano, all game, it's kind of felt like a one-sided affair. We've had the Barons, the Lady Barons, coming in with 20 points, and now San Marcos showing their pulse, coming with 7 on the scoreboard. What really is the game plan for Bonita Vista coming into the final quarter, really?
I mean, now that you're in a 2-possession game, you maybe don't want to run it as conservatively as you once were, but I think the key is just, we're good. It's a 2-possession game. Let's not lose our cool. Let's keep it pushing. And let's still play. As some of my sports coaches have told me, let's play like it's 0-0.
Right.
Let's play like it's first snap of the game. We're not tired. We're here. And I think that, the mental aspect, like I've been saying all stream, is a big aspect. So as long as we keep that going, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I agree. I think we definitely have to play as if it's 0-0. You know, it's 20-7, but really, it could flip just like that.
Yep.
I mean, you really don't want to lose this lead or even have it be cut into.
Yep.
So I think the Lady Barons are hoping for something offensively here. At least, you know, we just saw a short pass go to the floor and then a long ball.
Yep.
So you were right. Maybe we should run it a little bit more, but we'll see from the Lady Barons as this quarter is starting. And I believe there may have been... No, not a punt. I think they're just flipping sides, right?
Yes.
And
Yes,
now
we
a
do have-
punt,
yeah.
correct. So San Marcos now right back at it.
Yep.
It's another possession, another chance to change their story, really.
I think this is a huge drive here because when I've been watching, whenever I've watched sports, and you know a team is starting to make a run, but then the other team just kind of makes a big play. I think it's a big deflator, especially now we're at a home game, so I could totally imagine our dog pound going crazy. You know, now that tensions are rising, you get a flying, and it looks like the QB dropped it on the snap and a short dump off.
The ball hit the floor?
It seemed like it to me. A bit slow on the hike. I mean, yeah, a big slow on the snap.
The referee's eyes don't fool mine. Maybe should have been a dead ball there, but we'll give him the so-called benefit of the doubt. Ella Gomez rushing now.
It's a gain, not for a whole lot. Lady Barons got on that quickly, but...
And you know, folks, every single second counts.
Yep.
They want to get on the ball as quick as possible. And that's what they're doing.
Let's go, defense! Let's go!
Soon to be snapped now.
Get up! Get up! Oh.
Here it is.
Throw, and
she dropped it. You know, she held on to it, and then it just fell out of her
the
hands.
ref threw a flag, it looks like.
Flag on the play?
Yeah, I saw one go down, yes.
I call that one a handout if it's against the Lady Barons.
Yeah.
Trying to get San Marcos back into the game. And in other sports news, the San Diego Aztecs are leading 14-0 in their home opener at Snapdragon Stadium. You know, go Aztecs. Raider Nation, but still, go Aztecs.
Absolutely.
And Baron Nation, of course, Lady Baron Nation right now. And was that an Ella Gomez sack?
It seemed to be, yes.
No, I almost missed it.
Yeah, not surprised there, though. I think, how many is that? 5 sacks on the game now?
You know, at some point, if she gets one more, I could make a really funny joke. You
Yep.
guys are just going to have to
Yeah,
wait.
well, I wonder what it could be.
And try to get it right there. Pass
First
complete.
snap, and not a whole lot complete, but our Lady Barons were on it instantly, and this clock is still ticking, folks.
Clock is ticking. You know, we're out of double digits now. We're at 9 minutes and 20-something. Coming up, 3rd and 15 to go.
Big down here.
Let's go, defense! Let's go!
Ball snap.
Ball
Let's see what
snapped.
the
It was
QB
nice.
does. Almost sacked there, too. Throws made and incomplete. So that'll be a stop and leading to 4th down and 15. And this looks like this clock is still ticking.
You know, 4th and 15, it kind of seems a little impossible, but
Yeah, but
oh,
are
they're
they
sending
gonna-
out the
yep.
punt team? And that might, or I don't know, it looks like a timeout. Yeah.
Yes.
So they're going to be going for this one, actually. If they're calling a timeout, they got to be going
Yeah.
for it. Now, this is crucial.
Yep.
Luciano, this is a crucial part of the game. If they convert here, you know, let's not say score, but let's say they convert,
Yep.
get the 15 yards. It's going to give them a new set of downs, a new chain to move. and eventually maybe get into the end zone. That's going to change really the scenery of this game. That's going to be a 20-13 or 20-14 scoreboard.
Potentially making this a one-possession game.
Exactly. Eventually, potentially making a one-possession game. But here comes the Lady Baron defense.
Let's see what happens here. Tension's high.
Tension's high, correct, and they have been a formidable foe for the San Marcos. You know, shout out to Marcus. I saw him today at Starbucks, actually. Marcus Benjamin. That's a funny thing to be talking about during a Lady Baron crucial moment in this game. It's going to be a defensive stop in San Marcos. Just all you could do is hang your head in the dirt.
Big time stop there, though. You love to see it. Now we're going to get the ball, but I think it really matters what we do here. You could maybe see by the end of this drive getting it down to 2 minutes left, really changing the scope of this game. So I think time management is now you're starting to manage the clock, and for our Lady Barons, the clock is our best friend, and San Marcos' clock is our worst enemy. So we'll see how this goes.
Great analogy there. Ball snap. She had the corner there. Good play call. And clock's still running.
Yep, I definitely want to see more run plays out of this drive.
Those jet sweeps and runs in the middle. Some draws even. So now 2nd and 11.
Creeping up on 8 minutes left. Just got to keep it cool here.
No mistakes. I mean, you don't want to throw a pick. Motion now. And like you said, showing on the jet sweep. Or the pitch, it might have been the toss.
Yeah, I think this is the time when you think about fundamentals, you think about sticking to what works, and you don't want to be too foolish and, potentially cost you the game. So I like what we see out of these first few plays.
And, 7 minutes left, 7-minute 30. That's a lot of time to really mess something up. But our Lady Barons playing smart.
They're going to throw.
Incomplete.
So that'll bring up 4th down. And I think, yes, the punt team will come out.
So just like that, it seems like a little bit of shift in momentum, at least for San Marcos. They're going positive on that. 3 and out for the Lady Barons.
Yep.
On a 4th and 7. Or are they going for it? I don't know. Nah, punt.
See how this punt goes.
Going for it would have been a Dan Campbell move, huh, Luciano?
Yeah. And San Marcos will trot on the field, looking to make this a one-possession game.
And now they're going to have another shot at it. Last drive, they had the ball, and they were just right there on the cusp of the touchdown. They needed 15 yards on a 4th and 15. They weren't able to convert, but, a little more yardage there, and that 4th and 15 could have turned into a 4th and 7. And even that's a little more convertible. So anything for San Marcos right now is what they're looking for. They're going to need a big play. I guarantee it. If they're going to get back into this one, a big play is necessary.
Deep ball. Wow, a lot of bodies there.
Bodies. Dropping on the floor as the ball drops with it. And clock's a ticking. That's always something that's positive for our Barons. Like you said, worst enemy versus best friend.
Yep. 6 minutes and change left as this snap comes up. Another throw. It's caught down the sideline. Flag is pulled. Creeping up on the 40 now. Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna see a lot of these throws here for the rest of this drive, and it's really a test to see how durable that arm is for the Lady Knights QB.
you know, those games where you're down by a lot, the majority of the game, you're tending to see the quarterback throw most passes in those games. And what a long ball.
Swatted out and incomplete.
You know, double coverage there.
Yep.
Unable to haul it in.
And all of a sudden, it's 4th and 8.
4th and 8. I mean, when you're thinking about this game, it's like 5 minutes left. Are you going for it here? Or are you punting it? Like, do you think there's more time for San Marcos? They need 2 touchdowns. You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I mean, I feel like you know, your 2-minute drill per drive. That's 4 minutes right there. You need 2 drives to score, and yeah, I would go for it. But I guess if your defense shows up, so if you got faith in your defense, really.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Might be a iffy move on San Marcos' part, fielded by the Bonita Vista Lady Barons.
Bad return. And now it's just up to our Lady Barons to, you know, take care of it. This clock's gonna keep ticking. You know, time waits for no Lady Baron here.
Right.
So
our offense going out on the field now. It's the method here is to just get first downs and run off the clock.
Mm-hmm.
If we run off at least 2 minutes, I feel like that's kind of securing it.
I mean, yeah, even if you only leave a drive left up to these Lady Knights, I think you'll be in a really good position here.
The position to win it, as we see emotion.
Another run play. That's decent gain here.
She is not going to be stopped. She is eventually, though, passing the 50.
You'll love to see that.
The referee blowing his whistle. Might be a timeout or a flag. Come on, man. I mean, I know you're trying to make a game out of it, trying to give San Marcos something,
keep it competitive.
But what was that? Like a holding offense? Like, dude, they hold every play.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think we're seeing the players walk back to the original points.
So now it's like 1st and 17.
Yep.
It's okay. Just run it all the way. Run it all the way.
Everything trying to make the Lady Barons' lives harder. A little more pressure put on the quarterback. Let's see how she shows out.
Let's go, let's go.
It's Ramirez with 4 left to go. This is BBTV.
Snapped. See. Throw, and it's intercepted.
Intercepted. Oh my gosh, this game just flipped in a hash minute like a pancake.
Back for a touchdown.
That's a pick 6.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Well, I mean, there you go. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, you don't wanna slip up. Don't wanna make a costly mistake.
I just called it, man. I was saying Mia Ramirez has got to go out there and give it her best shot. You know, I was saying, how well do quarterbacks work under pressure? Pressure makes diamonds, and right there, pressure just made an interception, took him back to the house for a pick 6.
Folks, this game has turned on its head. 1 possession game, and still, you know, 3:53 left. That's.
And we're in for a doozy, folks. All right. The Lady Barons are at 20, and right now San Marcos, they're at 13. You know, if you get this extra point, it's really going to put you into the driver's seat, put you in forward for this one, right? Because if you score another touchdown, that's going to put you ahead 1 more point. Here it comes.
Get her!
Extra point is that in? Yes, it looks like it is.
And wow, San Marcos getting the big 14 on the scoreboard, and yeah, this one just flipped right side on its head here.
Wow.
Just like that, folks. Like I said, in a hash minute, the Lady Barons are faced with more pressure, and Mia Ramirez, she's going right back out there. 1 play, and you know, that's kind of what the worst feeling is about pick 6s. The quarterback doesn't have any time to think about it and go back to the sideline and think about that mistake.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to have short-term memory, so let's see what she does. Another throw. And it's complete for short gain. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, the clock. I think these Lady Barons are ready to head out of here with this score where it's at. So
right.
And you could very well see, you know, this could be the last drive of the game. You don't know what's going to happen. Or, you know, you could have another mistake and all of a sudden, you know, you have a Lady Knight possession. So
I mean, quite literally, as we saw there, anything could happen.
Yep.
You know, and that play that we just saw, her throwing it is really showing that the coach has trust in her. And right now she's scrambling.
Run it. Not a whole lot there.
Finally took in, I think, maybe at the line of scrimmage. Second down now, and we got 3 minutes to go. You know, the last thing you want here is well, you want a possession, of course. You want to keep the ball, but the last thing you want is another interception or turnover, is what I was trying to say. So the Lady Barons doing the run plays are pretty smart.
I mean, there's a whole 21 yards to go, but any first down, you know, here is crucial. Definitely a big deflator for the defense. So let's see what happens.
Rush now, Mia Ramirez.
Looking to throw, it looks like. And it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 21.
And you know, sorry folks, we don't mean to fool you, but San Marcos does have 14 points. We don't want to just add another point on there. It's not me pulling any strings. You know, I pull strings in the games. I call up the referees and send them parlays, but I never would put another point on a scoreboard, you know. I'm in there, guys. I know the student body. We're good. And the 2-minute warning is what is going to be called, I think. You know, I don't know if there's 2-minute warnings in flag football.
Big down here. Let's see what happens.
Pressure's on.
Ball is snapped. Looking to throw. Short cross. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass there. You know, that stops the clock, does it?
Wow. Okay, so.
Is that a 4th down? 4th and 21.
So it looks like the punting will come out, and now you got a potential game-winning drive for the Lady Knights.
Both undefeated teams coming out here.
I mean, this is when you look on these resumes. You know, a couple months from now, this game is going to be that one that stands out. These undefeated teams. So this one's going to have more of an impact beyond just this week for sure.
Solid punt. We got 1:52 remaining, folks. This is the Lady Barons facing off against the San Marcos Lady Knights. You're watching this on BBTV. Catch us on our website, YouTube, and Instagram. Always our webpage. We got a marquee. We got everything for you that you could ever possibly want in the world here at BVTV, folks. Watch our new broadcast. Very, very fun. We got some old faces. My old main anchor, Dev, from D Squared days, and you know, all that behind us. This flag football game is most important.
See what happens.
Intercepted! Going down the field.
Lady Barons take it right back. First play. Taking back control. Big time. Showing up and showing out.
And she read the quarterback like a book and sixed it to the house. That was such a beautiful play by the Lady Barons. Really showing what's up.
That is Lady Baron defense.
And you know, I was scared, Luciano. I was like, there's no way San Marcos is about to jinx everything that I've been saying for the last hour and a half.
So now it's just about taking care of the ball again. You don't want to.
I would run it here. I don't really know what's going on. You know, why are you passing the ball? But 1:40.
Trying to end the game right here, man. Let's go home.
You know, I thought she took it to the house, but I guess they got the flagpole right off the stick. And, you know, I would just run it. Jet sweeps, runs up the middle. You don't want to replicate what happened 2 drives earlier with that Mia Ramirez interception.
Just stick to your fundamentals, stick to your game, stay in communication, and you're walking out of here with a win.
Walking out of here undefeated. And, you know, this has got to be one of the closest games that the Lady Barons have faced so far. But that's what makes teams, you know, those tough games where you eventually do end up with the W.
Like you said, Dylan, pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds. That's really the story of this game.
Getting some yards, and looks like
you know, the referee just making hand gestures that don't really matter at this point. We got 51 seconds left in this one, and
I think San Marcos called a timeout just to stop the clock.
Timeout to stop the clock.
Come on, one more touchdown.
And it's 3rd and 8, you know. They could honestly get the ball back here with a Lady Baron stop, but I think they need another timeout. They got 2 timeouts remaining.
I mean, big down here. If you get a first down, that's pretty much the game. That's
first down is the game. You're correct. Let's see. Showing on a jet sweep.
Turns to the left. I think she'll be just short.
And, you know, did she run out of bounds? That would stop the clock, but I don't know. Are they going to call the timeout? And there it is.
The clock is going to be stopped at 43.1 seconds.
And they're not going to have their timeout used, so they got 2 remaining, I believe. I'd go for it. Honestly, I really would go for it here. You want to close the game.
I mean, even if you get a turnover on downs, that's still deep back for the Lady Knights, so I don't hate it.
You really don't want to give the San Marcos, I'm not San, dang it, second time I said San Marcos. San Marcos, another opportunity. Crucial moment now.
We'll see what happens. And
is that an incomplete pass?
Yes, incompletion.
Inhale.
Yep.
Exhale. You know,
39 seconds left in the game. Not a lot, but, you know, feeling like a lot.
Getting the shivers now. And
yep.
This is really where teams are made, these crucial moments.
This is where you see,
you know, every time, you know, there's moments where I feel like I'm biting my tongue, you know, saying things. But that just shows how much trust and how much dedication I have to this Lady Baron team, you know. Commentating them last year.
Yep.
Here it comes, San Marcos.
San Marcos with
Ella just looking for the blitz.
Snap ever coming. Deep ball
thrown.
Incompletion.
An incomplete. Let's stop the clock there, folks. 32. Come on, don't let it go. I know you're the home team and you're operating the clock, but, you know, 2 seconds won't hurt nobody.
Don't want to be unfair either.
Right? Second down now.
Let's go, defense! Let's go!
I mean, you got 31 seconds to work with and 2 timeouts, right?
Yep.
Looks like they're going to blitz both players here, Gomez and Schoen.
San Marcos snaps it, looking like it's going to be another pass.
Blocking.
And almost gets there, but
running.
Gonna rush it.
Wow.
Yes.
Called a timeout is what the coach needs to do right now.
Yep.
And, you know, they're at about the 45, you know, 35, I think. They have, I'd say, 2 plays if you're staying in bounds. I'd say you have 1 play to get closer, and then you're going for the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go deep here.
And, you know, honestly, you know, this one could go to overtime if they don't get the extra point. So this could get interesting, folks. We're in a really, really good
ready
time.
To stop the ball. They do.
Triple blitz.
Another pass. Ball is thrown.
Incomplete?
Oh, it looks like it is complete.
Is complete. But, wow, yeah, they really don't want to stop that clock, dude. You guys can't see it, but, like, dang. So the last coming moments, I mean, we got 15 seconds on the clock. First down.
Exactly.
2 timeouts. This is like, honestly, this is it. This is a really, really good situation for San Marcos.
Right at that B of the BV logo. The ball is snapped.
Gomez blitzing. Thrown and intercepted. She's going to go all the way, folks. That's the one.
Do it.
That's going to end this game as time is running out slowly and slowly. Intercepted. Bringing this game to a close. The Lady Barons coming out with a W.
Be the win against a formidable opponent. You know, what a game, man, and what a proof of wit and will there by our Lady Barons, and really a statement win that I think we're going to be looking back on in a few months. That, like, yes, we did that.
And honestly, this is one of those games where the Lady Barons aren't really used to this. You know, they aren't used to these super, super close games.
Yep.
I mean, the game that I commentated against Downey the last week was pretty close, but scoreboard-wise, you're still looking at a defensive slobber knocker 18-2 victory, right? Here we got a 20-14 victory. The Lady Barons went out on top eventually. Still are 6-0 with that record. Able to take down San Marcos's record to 4-1 now.
Yep.
So a victory for the Lady Barons. Big shout outs, honestly, having to highlight players. I mean, Ella Gomez played incredibly. Mia Ramirez, she threw that pick, but other than that, she played really, really well, increasing that QB rate, I'm sure. When it comes to the defense, we saw Lady Baron defense show out as they usually do, stopping the San Marcos in the first half to 0 points. And then, they let up 14 in the second half, but still, I think it was great.
Yeah, Dylan, like you said, this was really the first close game we had for our Lady Barons. I mean, you look at these score sheets: 48-6, 18-2, 32-0. So this was one of the first moments where we had that high tension, that high pressure. But I think we proved, especially going down, those last few minutes of the fourth quarter, that we stuck to our fundamentals. Other than that pick, but we stuck to, what works, and I think kept our cool. Especially, after that pick, tensions were high. So especially though we had our own interception that we made at the end. So
right. I mean, and that everything that you just said, it just really encapsulates like stuff happens, and you're not really going to see it coming. Like, we got 2 or 3 interceptions from either side of the field, but either side of the teams, but we didn't expect those. And when we were all scared the Lady Barons might lose it in the last coming seconds, that interception saved us, and I wasn't even ready for it. A great play and a great show out for these Lady Barons, getting to 6-0. Hopefully we could get to 6-7 wins. I was trying to get to that joke with the Ella Gomez sacks, but I finally got to it. I knew if we won, I'd be able to say it. Let's get to that 7th victory. But this has been Dylan Hash.
I'm Luciano Mancia.
And we are going to be signing off.